well educated. He has a couple of maybe 1 degree. This one is it in the air. Chance again being created. Mid-on comes around, takes it on the third attempt. That's the end of Narayan Badesi, caught at mid-on off the bowling of a new bowler. Fazal in his first over. West Indies now sinking into further trouble. 28 for 4.
That was an interesting catch, and I always say this: if you're catching a ball that's coming down at you, not coming horizontal but coming vertically down, you must catch the ball at eye level, so that if you are, it drops out of your hand like that. See, if it drops out of your hand, this bowling with alacrity, speed. This is a well-drilled team. They play often up in the Boston area, and they look bouncy. Mind you, when you've made 229 for 7 in your 45, and you got a team 32 for 4, you should be cock-a-hoop.
Yeah. So we have a game on our hand because these guys in the middle for West Indies as well. They've been playing very regularly in Trinidad. And Azad Mohammed, the right-handed batsman, and Farid Hussain, who's with him, they're saying that, well, they told me they're coming off of good performances in similar type of competition in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right, but see, the word good, sometimes we said this before, good is relative. This is pressure here. You talk about your friend in New Zealand. You must go to New Zealand also.
Oh, let me tell you a story.
One of the most beautiful places in the world to be, you could play right now.
Yes. Big edge. Appeal goes up, and so does the umpire finger. Umpire James, that's Myron James, has made an easy decision there. Healthy edge. And there's Azad Mohammed walking back to the pavilion, a dejected man. 23 deliveries for 6, caught behind off the bowling of Fazal. Fazal now has his second wicket. West Indies sinking further into trouble. 5 down for 50.
When you slash like that, now if you get away with it, it might go for backward point, you might get 4. But the chances are, because the ball bounced that much, it will take an edge. There was no DRS required. I think the batsman knew that he was 19.3. A long, long way to go now. 180 runs required. The bowler, Mr. Fazal, he's the one who got Mr. Bilal here. We should bring him on right now.
Bilal, come here.
Since you're here,
you know a lot about these players.
You know about them.
Yes.
Come on, please, Mr. Bilal. You were doing commentary on the other side. Thank you for turning up here. Mr. Ramsingh has work to do.
They're on top. Give them some mileage that they deserve. Come on, Bilal.
And Mr. Ramsingh has a lot of work to do. You know, he's the Prime Minister of Sport of the Caribbean now. So he has some stuff to do. Thank you for being here, Mr. Bilal. But you will bring us up to date on these boys. These are your compadres from Boston area.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Oh, it's a beautiful day.
You just come over from the other side, haven't you?
I did actually. PV, Prairie View Cricket Stadium. Another loud appeal.
I think the bowler thought this was even more out.
Right.
Oh dear.
And the look of the appeal. Let's have a look.
The problem with this is that I don't even think the camera is correct here.
That looked...
As a bowler, I will be screaming at that too. That looked very, very... So tell us about these guys and the clubs that they have up in Boston.
Fazal
you've been telling us about a lot of
is coming off. Right, Fazal Alam is coming off a championship win in Division A in Massachusetts. His team, Commonwealth Cricket Club A, has won 8 championships in Massachusetts.
8 championships?
8 championships.
That's in the last, 10 years?
I don't know the exact numbers, but I believe that might be the most by any club out there.
So the cricket out there is seriously well organized.
Absolutely. We have 6 total divisions in Massachusetts, each consisting of a minimum of 10 teams. So that's about 60 teams.
Himanshu comes again with his left arm. Hopeful. I don't think he's trying to spin the ball. I think what he's trying to do is just bowl straight. They look always energized. Okay, if you got a team 53 for 5, you want to get it over quickly and get home to drink a beer or two. But they look as if they have been playing regularly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Correct. You are absolutely on point. Fazal Alam, the bowler, regularly practices. We were practicing twice a week there in Massachusetts in the cold. Obviously, we can't do it outdoor, so we have to figure out an indoor facility where we can rent a lane. So we do practice twice a
So
week
when you
over there.
move here to Texas, you see, what you got to do is go back up to Massachusetts between April and September,
Correct.
when you will have acquired all your zillions in Silicon Valley in the next 2 years, you know. If you want to coach, I'll volunteer. I'll just live on allowances.
My coach.
I'll just live on allowances.
That's really well played.
Because I know you don't like the cold out there.
Absolutely.
But you
not.
like the people and you like the... well, between April and September, you could be up there.
You're absolutely right.
And
That
then
would not be.
September to April, you could come to
You want to
Texas
get out
or
of there
wherever.
and go somewhere else.
I agree
warmer.
with that.
Okay, beautiful ball on the middle stump where Fazal tried to play it on the onside, missed it this time from the far end, coming into ball to SP, who's facing his second ball off the back foot, punches towards extra cover for no run. Satyapal played on the front foot towards mid-wicket, no run. End of a very successful over by Fazal. He has figures of 4 overs, 7 runs for 1 wicket. Runs to win. That's beautifully struck again, straight to the fielder, no run. And end of another over from Fazal. He had bowled 5 overs, 9 runs for had taken a wicket.
Last wicket going down. And the over number 43, 217 for 6. It ended at 235 for 6. They didn't bat explosively, but they batted competently.
Yes.
I think they made maybe 20 runs too few. But I said that, but I also said it's already in the board. You said maybe the West Indies guys should get a little bit better, organized, because they might have a little bit of a batting lineup. You also did say that the bowling team for the USA over 50s was good. And they've turned out to be so far. They've restricted the West Indies to 4.07 runs per over right now at 156 for 6 from 38.2 overs. And they have the West Indies over 50 struggling badly.
They are
They
struggling.
now need 12 runs per over. 80 required from 40 deliveries. So that's 12 runs per over required.
They just have not bowled too many bad balls.
They have not Fazal. See, nobody's bowling quickly, and they're bowling over full length. So you have to hit the ball in front of the wicketkeeper. When the West Indies over 50s bowled, a lot of balls were pulled across the line and backward point because they were not on point. They were not on line. Yes, they made 235. I would have thought maybe 15. That is gone. That is gone. The wicketkeeper takes that down the leg side.
Wow.
The batsman did not even hesitate. He's gone. Zamin is caught behind. He's caught behind.
Coming into ball to SP again. Same ball, middle and off. SP flicked it towards mid wicket. No runs.
There, You
Yes,
see the
he
deviation,
certainly
massive
hit it.
deviation.
The keeper did well to cover the ground. So
That is
quickly. It's
correct.
very ominous for the West Indies team, I think.
After this over, should be 8 more overs. So that should add at least another 50 runs. That should put it at 210, 220. Spank through backward point, no run. So I figure 210, 220 from here on in. Outfield is big. After this over, 8 to go. 5 runs per over. With the slugging in last set. This is gone to third man
I think he's out caught.
and caught. Short third man and caught. So Azad gets his man. Fazal is gone for 3.
So Fazal didn't hang around for too long.
168 for 4 it is.
He's looking to play an expansive square drive, and he just top edged the ball to short third man. And he's on his way back.
So that's a good double blow, if you will, for the West Indies over 50s. Kashif going for 69. That was 163 for 3. And now Fazal, his replacement at the crease, going for 3. 168 for 4. Oh, bowl him! Castled, as they would say in South Africa. Zamin trying to hit across the line. Castled by Fazal. 164 for 8. Oh, bowl him! Castled, as they would say in South Africa. Zamin trying to hit across the line. Castled by Fazal. 164 for 8. Canada, I think it was, over at the other ground. So Fazal, he's got 2 for 10. This is his third over. He's been quite successful. 164 for 8.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough bounce on this wicket to bother anybody, so you can very easily just commit to the front foot.
This next ball by
That's a wonderful shot. Really good square cut. And normally this ball would have traveled to the boundary, but as you can see with all the rain, even though the outfield has dried up quite a bit, there is still plenty of moisture left, and the outfield is definitely slow. And that was a good third run by Fazal, very running with a lot of intent.
that was a good shot. Getting them 2 runs on the offside to backward point. Here's the next ball. Played very well, straight 2 covers for no run. That looked like a good drive.
Yeah, came nicely off the middle of the bat. Fazal's due for a big score. He hasn't scored much, and I'm sure he'll be determined to do well here. And as you said, the wicket is definitely keeping a little bit low. You want to take a few balls to settle down, just get the sense of how the pitch is behaving, and then once you're settled, I think there are plenty of runs to be scored.
Again, this he looks like a wicket-to-wicket bowler, Naveed. And there's nothing wrong on this pitch. Coming down and bowling stump to stump is probably the mantra.
Fully agree. That was a really wide ball, and it's gone away for 4 runs, and it's been called a wide.
It must have been really wide, Arun, for it to be called a wide. And so it's a good start for USA, and that's 5 runs off that ball.
That's a good drive straight to mid-off and went there pretty quickly, so they decided against taking a single. That's a fantastic shot.
Big shot.
Send somebody else because it's only going to make it worse for you. Or I can do it too. There's nobody here, man. Yeah, well done there by Fazal. Picked the length early and got under it and hit it flat over mid-off. 2 bounces for a boundary.
Scored 123 not out. He opened the innings. He carried the bat, played 45 overs all the way through. Amazing innings and incredible stamina for somebody who is 50 plus to be able to do this at a very good pace.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And then just 2 days before, he had played against Canada, and once again, he wasn't dismissed there either. So this is the first time Fazal, for example, has already come up and taken his spot.
Yeah, there's Fazal, and then there's probably more to come between Humayun,
Shafiq,
Zubair, yours, Arun. I mean, there's a lot of batting. There's another big shot for a boundary.
Fazal says
It's my
hello
time.
to Vijay by dispatching him over long on. Wasn't a bad first ball. I mean, he's a leg spinner. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there was too much wrong with that ball. I think Fazal just got on top of it and he just hit it perfectly. 60 for 1 of 7.1 now.
Fazal's batting on 9.
That was hit hard and bounced off the palm.
They're running 2. Was a potential 3, but I guess didn't take that start. Fazal, who's a very good runner between the wickets, is the striker.
That was hit really hard and it went straight to mid-on, but those are not easy catches to hold when they're coming at that speed. Soft hands are needed. And when you've been sitting in the pavilion for most of the day, and then you come out and you feel you're not quite warmed up.
It was hard but straight to him.
It was. Easy single there, well played.
Single to mid-on, which is more what I think we need to see from Fazal. Fazal is a good hitter. He's capable of getting a lot of runs. He just needs to realize his potential and figure out what not to hit. That discretion is probably the key. Here's a nice